Good Monday morning. If you saw my other video a couple days ago, I had started this multicolor print of Anubis from FlexiFactory in my K2 Pro. Partially because I wanted it for me, but also because I wanted to test my new K2 Pro combo on a complex multicolor project. This guy had I think it was over 500 color changes, and it did it fairly well. You can see I had some issues, which I can't blame the printer for, really. There's a couple weird unknown squiggles of gold here and there, and I don't know why it did that. Look, there's one down there too. I did realize there's one holding his hand in there too for some reason. I'll have to trim those off, but I accidentally forgot to, in the slicer, set the first two slots, the blue and the gold, to silk. I only told them they were PLA, so I don't know if that had something to do with it or not. But other than that, there's some on his snout too. I don't know why that's there either, but it looks like it will clean up pretty well. And this is just for me, so it's okay. I really like the way the blue-green silk came out. Look at that. That's Eryone's blue-green silk. It's Sunlu Gold, and the black is Elegoo Matte. And the articulation works well. It feels like I need to adjust a little bit. I did them at 80% and 90% of size. And this one, again, also has some weird, like, random spots of gold filament sticking out, and I don't know why I did that. This one, his face is nice and clean though. Look at that. Even his eyes came out beautiful. Oh, and the blue-green is in his eyes too. Doesn't that look great? Oh, okay, I love it. I love how it came out. Now, it was not, I think he's supposed to stand up. Hey! It completed not without a few hiccups, but ones I cannot blame the printer for. First of all, I found out my poop chute is too narrow. Originally I had an extra support bar in my shelf that went behind there. So I narrowed down the poop chute from its normal, like, probably that wide. I narrowed it down to that wide, thinking it would still work okay. But obviously it doesn't let them go out as well. I cleaned it out twice during this print, so I'm going to have to do a new poop chute for it. I have since removed that extra support bar too, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I also did have a couple problems with the CFS, but not that I can blame the CFS for. Originally I did have problems with the CFS, and Creality sent me parts for it, and it repaired it. So this was kind of a stress test. I can't get the latch open. There we go. To see if it could handle all the multicolor swaps, and it did. Though I did have a couple issues. Mainly, I had originally set up two black spools, one in C and one in D, with the auto refill enabled. And because I knew the one in C wasn't going to be long enough, but I figured I'd test that. However, yesterday morning I came in, and this is what I found on it. Because for some reason, when it was retracting or extruding, it pulled the very end of the filament away from the spool totally, and it was just sitting in there like this, totally loose, not being able to extrude and not being able to retract, or actually not being able to retract. So it had errored. That's why it should have been done yesterday afternoon, and it finished sometime in the middle of the night tonight. So I can't blame, but I can't blame it on this. It got it confused, and it was sitting here waiting for me to resolve it, which I got the not so brilliant idea. I just clipped the end of this, figuring it would roll over to spool D and refill. And, which probably would have worked, but then I also, for some idiotic reason, I think because I'm used to doing it on my Ender 3v3 Plus, I hit retract, so that the little piece of filament that was left got stuck in the tube just above the print head. And it was actually, where is it? I had to clear out I don't know what I did with it. I had left it up here. I had to remove the PFD tube and pull out a piece of filament that was probably about this long. That was too short for it to push back in. It was too short for it to pull back out. So it got stuck in there. And again, that was my fault, not its fault. So that made sense. The other issue I had was, as you can see, this blue-green Eryone filament is actually a 250 gram spool. So I had printed this adapter for them because I have a few of these. And normally it works perfect. Normally, as you can see, it works fine. But twice yesterday, for some reason, instead of retracting and pulling back there, it got stuck in this section here. And then it pulled it cockeyed and gave me an error. So I had to manually re-spool it back into its proper place. And then it went fine. So yeah, there's things I cannot blame the K2 Pro for. They're things that were either spool errors or my errors. So I am not going to complain about my K2 Pro, and I'm going to say it is fixed 100%. I don't do this much multicolor print, this big a multicolor print very often, but oh, look how the blue and green in the skirt came out. I'm really glad I did that dual color filament. It is so cool. Okay, I'm going to clean these up, take off these stray, weird gold poops. I don't know, maybe that happened because the poops chute got full. I honestly, I don't know. If you guys have ever had this happen and you know what caused it, I'd love to hear, because honestly, I don't know. It's just, and it's only on, oh, no, there's one back here. I went overboard on the brim size for the purge, for the prime tower, so ignore that. But there is a piece of poop laying back there too, so I'm thinking maybe because the poop chute got full, it had these random little poops that it couldn't clear, so it ended up on the print somehow. I don't know. It's weird. It's very strange. I've never seen that before. So if you know why, I'd appreciate it. I thought he'd stand up too, but he's not quite so he can sit. He can stand though, but he can't sit. But anyway, so yeah, that's the latest on the K2 Pro, and I am considering it now one of my workhorse printers. It's printing since Creality Support replaced the toolhead cable for me, which was the main issue. Yeah, I'm considering it a win. And I'm not blaming Creality for this one either, because I honestly think that FedEx played dice with my printer, because it was delivered to me upside down. So I know they turned it at least once. Who knows how many times they turned it? Again, I actually have quite a few problems with FedEx in my area. I get dog food, fresh frozen food for my dog, and at least 6 times this year they have either destroyed the box or failed to deliver it on time, even though it's marked perishable. So yeah, FedEx and I don't get along all that well. And I suspect the problems I've had with this printer were caused by FedEx and with the CFS. They sent me the replacement parts for the CFS too, the bottom part and the, what was the other part? Oh, and the buffer. They sent me new ones for both of those, and it seems to have fixed all the issues. So, thank you, Creality Support. And thanks for watching this one. I'm going to do a bunch of other projects, both on the K2 Pro and my other printers, Creality and my Elegoo Centauri Carbon. So if you'd like to see those, follow along, and or subscribe, or wherever you're watching. And I've got more coming. So I'm really happy with the way this came out. Stray, weird gold poop notwithstanding. So anyway, have a great day.